I'm gonna put this caption on the bottom. Booyah!
Right there.
Booyah!
Hey, we're here.
Fancy.
I have no idea what I'm doing. I don't even know if anybody's watching us yet, but whatever. Hi, Jeevin.
Well, it showed up on YouTube, so
it showed up on YouTube.
I'm just gonna close that. Okay, sweet. I just closed the YouTube page.
Okay. Yeah, that might echo a little bit.
Yeah.
Does it
Sweet,
tell us
man.
if anybody's watching?
I'm gonna go there, and then I'm just gonna mute it
so you can see if people are paying attention. We're not the regular stars of the show, so people are probably confused.
It says there's 5 people watching.
Well, hi, 5 people watching. Oh, I see. Up in the little left corner here, there's a thing, and it says that there are 6 people on YouTube and 3 people on Facebook.
I can't see that on here.
If you look at where you're looking at me,
yeah,
go in the top left corner. It says live, and then there's a live beside it.
Yeah. Nice.
Hello.
Sweet.
Should we tell them who we are?
Yeah, you begin.
Okay, I'll begin. Hi, everybody. I'm Kris Armitage. I manage the Knifewear in Edmonton. I'm here filling in today for, I don't know if I'm Chris Lord or if I'm Kevin Kent, but I'm joined by Jeevin from Vancouver, who is either the other Chris or the other Kevin, because they're off today.
I'll take either or.
Nice, yeah. They're not bad guys. I would swap places with them for 2 hours.
Yeah, definitely.
Not more than that, but no, I like that they're already asking who has Kevin's dad joke book. Don't worry, I'll get to some of those. They have no doubts that Lordy and Kevin know what they're doing. Yeah, no, they don't know what they're doing. They just ramble, and we're probably going to ramble as well today.
We run the media anyways, so I think we should probably know what we're doing.
Well, don't tell people that, because then they'll have expectations that we know what we're doing.
True, yeah.
Then the behind the scenes version of it.
When we crash, we'll get called out pretty harshly.
So this is Japanese Knife 101, normally hosted by Kevin and Lordy, but you've got Kris and Jeevin today, and we're going to be talking about how we started at Knifewear. Basically, this is really just an Ask Me Anything for Knifewear. We should be able to answer any of the questions that you guys might come up with. And as I tell customers in the store, if I don't have an actual answer, I promise I'll make one up and you won't know the difference. So
that's true, yeah.
Not usually full of shit, but
true.
Sometimes. So for those of you that don't know, Jeevin works in our shop in Vancouver. I work in our shop in Edmonton, and I think we're just gonna get to know each other a little better, because Jeevin and I have never met in person before and don't really know much about each other, but have people in our lives in common, so we can discuss those people. And how long have you been with Knifewear now, Jeevin?
2.5 years, I think.
Wow,
yeah,
time flies.
I guess it'll be 3 years this July, so yeah, about 2.5 years. Yeah, it does fly.
That's pretty awesome.
I haven't been to the shop in a while. I had one shift there last week because I do all the editing from home, but I was getting a little squirrely sitting at home all day. So I actually asked Owen. I asked Owen if I could go into the shop. Yeah, so I was like sharpening knives and talking to customers and stuff. So that was kind of fun.
How was the sharpening after being off from sharpening for a while?
It was good. I still got it.
Yeah,
it's like riding a bicycle, you know.
Exactly. Yeah. You might not be as fast as you were when you practice all the time, but it is. No, I don't sharpen nearly as much as I used to, because I run both the Knifewear and the Kent of Inglewood over here, and I'm often quite busy. But I had a guy on holidays last week, and so I had to jump in and fill in. And it's one of those things where it's like, okay, I do know how to do this. It just takes a little.
Yeah, just need a quick reminder.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Follow the steps, and it turns out. So.
Exactly. I got Francis there anyways, right? Francis he'll fix anything I screw up anyways.
It's always good to have a wizard in your shop. Yeah, you guys have Francis. We've got Ai-san here, Ai Yamamoto, and she the last time
she's the wizard.
The last time we had a inter-store competition, I think she placed 2nd or 3rd in the whole company for.
Was that sharpening one back in a while?
Yeah.
I think I had just started after that.
Yeah,
I think I was there like a week. I think I was there like a week after, so I missed that one.
Nice. So you were hired by Owen, who runs the Vancouver shop, who subsequently was hired by me about 1 million years ago here in Edmonton.
Yeah.
And then I got sick of him and sent him to run a store in Vancouver.
Yeah.
You knew Owen previously, didn't you?
Yeah, Owen's like my best friend. I've known Owen for years. Like the first kitchen job I ever had was I worked with Owen. I was a dishwasher and he'd been there a little bit longer than me. So he was on salads, and
Nice.
then you know, I slayed that dish pit as you do.
As you do, yeah.
As you do. And then Owen trained me on salads. But then Owen and I we were in a band together for
nice.
A long time, for like years as well. And the only reason we broke up was because I moved to Vancouver like 11 years ago. And then it was funny. Like I actually thought I would never see Owen again. Like I was like, I'd moved on and Owen and I were close, but like, you know, we lost touch when I moved over here. And then when he moved out, he hadn't worked. I think he was just helping open the new Vancouver shop or something. Like, I don't know if he'd planned on moving here 100%.
No, he wasn't. So him and I went out there after the Vancouver shop had been open, maybe a year.
Like the Main Street one, right? Not the original
the Main Street one. Because one of the guys from the store that's not there anymore,
he left. Yeah.
Nick and I went to Victoria to do a pop-up, and we left Owen kind of in charge of things there. And then I guess
so I just missed you.
Yeah, you would have missed me by minutes, basically.
Yeah, because Owen like texted me and he was like, "I'm in Vancouver. Do you want to go for a beer?" And I was like, "Sure." I haven't seen this guy in like 7 years or something like that. And it just so happened that I lived down the street from Knifewear at that time, and so like he was like, "Yeah." I told him where to meet me. We met at a bar called Uncle Abe's. It's one of our favorite bars in Vancouver, and yeah, we reconnected. And then, I was bitter. And then he moved and I was bitter. I was working in a kitchen at the time. Yeah. Because I've done film and I've done kitchens and stuff like that. I'd quit film a little while back and I was working in this kitchen and I just, I was like stuck there. You know, it's like they paid me really well, but I hated it. And I was like, if I go anywhere else, they're never going to pay me this much. So I'm like I'm stuck here. Like I had no idea what to do. And then Owen was like, "Come work for me." I was like, "Okay, I could do that." Yeah. And now here I am. So doing a little bit of film stuff again, but then still, you know, talking to people about food and stuff. It's like the perfect balance, honestly.
You get to do a little bit of all of the things that you like.
A little bit of everything. Yeah.
That's why I like that.
And Owen and I are a band again. So there you go. We started jamming.
That's fantastic.
Yeah.
I miss Owen on the regular. He was a force in our store here in Edmonton. We still get people coming in and asking if Owen's around, and I'm like, "No, sorry, you got to go to Vancouver."
Yeah, we've gotten a few of those people come in. Like we've had a few people visiting from Edmonton. They're like, "You sold me a knife in Edmonton," so he gets that every now and then.
That's awesome. Well, he's got that recognizable voice where you don't even need to see him; you just need to hear him from across the store.
Yeah,
exactly.
We do a lot of impersonations of each other. It's like it's both flattering but like pretty annoying as well.
I can imagine.
Yeah.
No, he's I always think that he should have a radio show because he's got that very much, especially when he turns it on.
Yeah. Oh yeah. I have a notes in my phone called Owenisms, and they're just like weird, funny things that Owen has said over time. I don't know most of them. Most of them are probably not appropriate for this conversation, but
probably not. But
we'll go through them one day.
I like
they're pretty funny.
Words. He every once in a while just like pulls out these ridiculous dictionary words and weaves them into regular conversation. You're like, where did that come from?
Yeah. I'm looking through them right now. There's probably none that are. Some of them probably would only make sense to Owen and I.
The inside jokes.
Yeah, but I write them down. Just in case I need to bust one out one day.
So I'm curious about your life working in kitchens before Knifewear. What kind of kitchens did you work in? Did you work in anywhere good, or were you?
Yeah, no, I think
this is a job, and I need.
No, I think I worked in good places. Like I worked at where I met Owen was at Rick's Grill. I don't know if you remember Rick's Grill.
I do.
Yeah. So we worked at the Riverbend one. I don't think that one. I don't even know if any Rick's Grills exist anymore. There was one in Whistler.
I don't know if they do anymore.
I don't know if they do either. But I mean, it was fun. It was a great job. That was my first kitchen gig, and like I said, I started as a dishwasher there, and I was like plating and grill. So I worked there for a long time. That was like my university job. And then when I moved here, I was in film school, and then I joined the film union for a while, and then I just saw a window into my future and was like, I don't want to turn out like some of these curmudgeonly camera operators, you know? So I just went back to food for a little while. And I worked at a couple of places. The place I was working before Knifewear was a catering company, which I worked there for like 4 years. I was the sous chef there. And it was good. It was hard work. Like the I won't say what the name of the place was, but the owner was one of those people who didn't know anything about food, but ran a catering company. So it was just frustrating. Like we'd be doing a menu for a wedding or something, and there'd be like, like a Japanese entree with like a Greek side, and then like a Mexican appetizer. And we'd be like, what the fuck is going on here? Like, why? There's no cohesion here. So it was confusing. It was just too much work. Like it would be like, we're ordering special ingredients for one dish, and then you have to order so much, and I was doing all the ordering, and like it just got frustrating, So
I feel that. No, I had a job where I worked for a fellow that he'd learned a lot, but he was never trained in kitchens. He bought a restaurant because he was sick of being a beer rep, and his wife said we should buy a restaurant, and they did. And it always used to be, we had a pretty solid menu, but then we do weekend specials, and he had more cookbooks than any human being I've ever met, and he'd just open a cookbook to something he liked, and he'd say, let's do this for Friday night. And I'd look at it, and it would be Sister Lee, and I'd be like, well, he has like 6 kids doing stages with him, getting paid nothing to pick time.
Exactly.
And it's me, and you gave me 45 minutes. So we'll have the same name and the same flavor profiles, but it's not going to be the same dish.
Was that in Edmonton? Did you grow up in Edmonton?
No, I'm originally from northern BC, but I left my small town and ran away at 18 to the first big city I got to, and I've been in Edmonton basically ever since.
That's wild.
Yeah.
I go back to. I guess I can't ask you what restaurant that is. I'm curious. We'll tell each other all these names.
I'll keep it on the down low for now, but I'll send you a message afterwards with all the dirty gossip.
Yeah. But, the only other places in Edmonton I worked at this place called Fresh Start, which was amazing. It was like this breakfast joint in Riverbend Square, like years ago. Again, it was awesome, and then it kind of like fell. I don't think it exists anymore. And then I worked at Original Joe's for a long time.
Was it the Riverbend one?
Which was the Riverbend one, yeah. I worked there for a couple of years. That was actually probably one of them. Yeah, so we probably crossed paths then, because so did I. That place was like Knifewear. It's like, I always joke, like, I don't remember the last time I took a full paycheck home from Knifewear, because I just like feed it back into the company, and whether it's in Koi or Knifewear, usually Koi actually. I probably spend more money in Koi. But I spent many a night at Original Joe's. That was probably one of the best kitchen jobs I've ever had. Actually, that was an awesome company to work for. I have nothing bad to say about those people.
I did a brief stint across the street at a pizza chain, and our shifts would end at OJ's every night.
Is it like the international pizza that like you're talking about?
No, it's the local. It was
what was it? Famoso. Yeah. We have Famosos here too.
Yeah. Edmonton started, and I was doing training with them to open another location. I like Chris is asking about Koi, and that's the shorthand. That's Kent of Inglewood. For those that don't know, Knifewear has a sister company called Kent of Inglewood that is well, I call it the backyard and the bathroom. If Knifewear is the kitchen, because they do, the main focus is it's a shave shop, and so we sell straight razors and safety razors and all the traditional wet shave gear, and then all of the potions and lotions that go with it. Right now, actually, they have a fragrance sale going on.
Yeah, I picked one up the other day.
Nice. What'd you get?
I got a Persons of Interest. I think it's called Beyond the Pines. Yeah, Owen bought one too. I don't go anywhere, so I take a shower and I just
spritz that on and enjoy yourself.
Throughout the day, I catch a whiff of myself.
I'm gonna ruin it for you because every time I put that on, I sing a little Nirvana Unplugged.
Wait, I'm trying to figure out which song you would be singing. Specifically, Beyond the Pines.
Yeah. Beyond the pines, where the sun.
Yeah.
I just changed the words. Yeah,
that's pretty good.
Yeah, it every time I put that on, that gets stuck in my head. But
good album. That's the best song on that album, actually.
Oh, 100%. It's a cover. It's
a cover. It's Lead Belly. Yeah.
Right.
You're talking about Where Did You Sleep Last Night, right?
Yes, that's what it's called.
Yeah.
I picked this up.
Which one's that one?
That's the Check and Speak.
Yeah, I haven't.
Oxford and Cambridge. It's a lavender-based one. It is it's delicious. If you want people to offer you sex and throw money at you when you walk down the street, you put that on.
What does Nathan wear
when he's making fermented cabbage?
I don't really know. Like I would. He's got a lot of fragrances. When I was telling him I was buying this one, I was like, "How many do you have?" Because I edit a lot of videos of Nathan, and he says he's got all this stuff. And I just want everyone to know who's watching. He actually does.
He does
have all that stuff. He's not playing it up for the camera or anything. He literally owns many fragrances.
A Knifewear and Kent of Inglewood thing is I had a customer once and he was like, I was just talking to one of your guys and he was trying to sell me an axe. And he kept pulling ones off the shelf and saying, well, I use this one for this and I use this. Does he actually own all of those axes? And I was like, he owns more than that. You were talking to Adam. That guy has more axes than I have kitchen knives.
That's like Owen. Owen, people don't believe how many knives Owen has.
He has an insane collection.
He has about 34, I think, last time we counted. It was about 34.
3 or 4 ahead of me now.
Yeah. See, I have like 10 and I thought that was a lot. But I guess I haven't been working here as long as you guys have.
No, I'm coming up on 7 years of working at Knifewear, and I honestly don't want to work anywhere else because I don't think that I'd be able to afford things like this.
No, that's a nice one. Oh, that's the new guy, eh?
That's the new Sakai. Well, we just got them in Edmonton. This literally just came out of the block. They're really I don't have big hands, but they're pretty tall.
That's a sweet knife.
Yeah,
I bought 3 knives this year.
Heft to it. It's also got one of the things that I love about it is the spine is mirror polished.
Yeah.
So it's super comfy. It's kind of like the Kotetsus are like that too.
Yeah, and Kotetsus that's kind of like what I've been thinking. I really want my next knife to be a Kotetsu. I bought 3 knives this year, and now I'm kind of just waiting for Kotetsus to come in.
Be back in stock.
Yeah, or a Kurosaki. I don't really know what I want yet. I think the next one's just going to be something.
What's the question?
I don't think there is a petty that we've seen in that collection yet. Hey, I think so far it's just.
I was just looking.
I've only seen the 240, the 210, and the Kobunka.
I'm just gonna pull it up in my email here. New knives from Sakai Wool. There is the Kobunka, the Bunka, 210 Gyuto, and a 240. So I don't know that we will be getting a petty.
Yeah, that might be something that comes in later on down the road.
Yeah.
Chris was wondering what he should get. It sounds like the one I should get when I have to apologize to my wife. You know what's sweet about those persons of interest ones is they are unisex. Is that the word that you use?
Yeah.
Yeah. So they're not they're not specific. I don't know if one has there's some fragrances that are more masculine.
The interesting thing about fragrances is it wasn't until about the turn of the last century, so 1800s into 1900s, where fragrances became really gender specific. And it was like somebody woke up one morning and said, all right, boys smell like wood and they wear blue, and girls smell like flowers and they wear pink. Because before that, it was a lot more wide open. And so most of the fragrances, when we're talking to people at Kent of Inglewood, we sell as anybody can wear them, because like there was a fragrance that we used to carry that we can't get anymore that I loved, that was Spanish leather.
Okay, who's that one made by?
It's actually an Old Florist. Sorry, not Spanish leather, Mahone leather. I have one of the last bottles. I bought it here because I loved it. Florist is great. They've been making fragrances for 300 years.
Yeah, that's insane.
But Mahone leather is a very kind of rich, dark, but with a little bit of sweetness. And women go crazy for it, and so they wear it. And so it's not, you know, it looks and feels like a masculine fragrance, but that doesn't mean that that only dudes can wear it. Yeah,
for sure. Adam's saying we just got a new bread knife in here. Hey, there's like a Tojiro knife that's like $50.
They're great. They got big teeth on them.
That's probably the best one.
A little bit, but for a price point, that's. I also really like the Tadafusa Hochokobo bread knife.
Oh yeah, that's the one like that's my favorite.
Teeth. Yeah, it's got 5 teeth at the front, and then the rest of it is sharpenable. Because the thing
it's
about
a sandwich knife, right?
Exactly. But the most bread knives aren't really sharpenable. But this one has a smooth edge except for the 5 teeth at the front, so it's perfect for like if you're breaking into a sourdough and then slicing it.
Yeah. I finally just got on the making bread train. I like the whole initial quarantine. I didn't do it, but then Ayumi, who works at our store, she's just good at everything. Like I've never tasted anything that she's bad is bad. Like she makes her own. She ferments a lot. She makes her own sake and stuff like that. But yeah, her bread. She got me on my starter and everything like that. So I might have to buy a new bread knife too at some point.
That seems reasonable. Peter Brown is saying he's looking forward to his Persons of Interest sampler pack.
You know what? That's awesome. That's what I wanted. I wanted to get one, and then it was sold out before I even had an opportunity to.
We just started getting them at Christmas, and they're great because I think I can't remember how many mils in each of them, but there's 8 or 10 fragrances in there. And all of the Persons of Interest.
I think there's 5.
No, there's more than 5, I think.
Oh, really? Weird. Yeah, because I mean, that's the one. So again, if anyone is watching from Vancouver, Arcoy Kent of Inglewood is like a condensed version of the ones in Alberta. So a lot of the stuff is new to me a lot of the time. Like I'm poking around on our website and we don't have the space for everything. But if you're in the Vancouver shop and you see some line that you want, you know, it's free shipping over $60, or you can get it. We get at least stuff regularly shipped to Vancouver as well. Like I always ask Owen to bring me stuff in that, you know, that we don't usually see at our store.
I just posted the link to the fragrance and cologne collection in the chat there if anybody wants to check it out, because like I said, until Sunday's Valentine's Day, right? I should remember that if I want to stay married. The sale goes right until Valentine's Day, and it's 15% off all fragrances, which is a pretty solid deal. So
I don't Robin's question here. I don't know. I don't know if I would risk it. I mean, it's different in Vancouver because it doesn't get that cold.
Yeah, you don't get that cold. I would be leery about warming it up right now, but outside, the biggest thing that you have to worry about is whether or not there's moisture in the bricks. Yeah. If they're nice and dry, you don't really have to worry about it if you heat it up slow. But if there's any moisture in those bricks, what's going to happen is that's going to expand as it gets hot in there, and with it being cold, they're just going to shatter some of those bricks. So
I think if you're able to keep it inside or bring it to room temperature at least before you
warm it up,
before you fire it up, that might be the best way to go.
But don't run it inside unless you want.
I was just going to say that. It's surprising to me how many people ask us if they can do that.
Yeah. If you've got a professional HVAC system in there and you put it right underneath, maybe. But
I think you could, because like we sell them. Yeah, if you had a professional HVAC, because we have like restaurants buy them all the time, right?
Yeah.
So, but I don't know how many people that have HVAC systems in their home.
No, I need one, but I need to buy a new stove first.
I just got this is the first place I've lived that has a dishwasher in 11 years. Vancouver living ain't like Alberta living, that's for sure.
No, you guys have a lot less room than we do.
Yeah, it's true. A little more expensive. I can't tell if Robin's joking or not. Is this a joke?
I hope Robin's joking. Put a fan on, put it by the window, and then just don't do it inside.
Yeah, exactly.
Well, I like that we're off the rails. It means that we're following through on Kevin and Lordy's tradition.
Exactly.
I don't know if
more entertaining.
No, we should tell Kris not to barbecue inside. He wasn't barbecuing
when
the fire department came. He was braising a lamb neck. It's totally different.
Yeah. Hey, I've seen him do I feel like I've seen him do I've edited other videos of him like searing things on Finexes and stuff, and it's never happened before. So I think he just got cocky a little bit.
He just got lucky.
Yeah, I thought he could get away with it.
I have also had the fire department come to the store because we were barbecuing, and I was barbecuing outside. We were doing a demo for people one Thursday night, and so I set up a table out back, and I fired up the Conroe, and I was doing wings for anybody that wanted to stop by. But we'd just gotten a new smoke detector, and I didn't know that, or I had forgotten that, and we left the back door open, and the wind shifted, and all of the delicious chicken wing smoke from the barbecue blew into the store, which would have been great because it would have just lured more people out for wings. But what it did was set off the fire alarm, and then there was a big red truck with flashing lights parked out front. And unlike Kris in Ottawa, they weren't mad at me because I just invited them into the back and gave them a bunch of chicken wings.
Yeah, exactly. We grill outside often, and sometimes the smoke comes in. I don't think we've ever been concerned about the fire alarm. It's never got off before. I hope it works.
You'll get lucky one day. Yeah, you'll get lucky one day.
I hope it actually works now that I think of it. But I think we have quite a large space. Like our Knifewear is like really high ceilings, and it's a pretty big. I think it's the biggest one. Yeah.
Ottawa used to be pretty big until they sectioned off the back and made it into a proper
office. Yeah. Right. We don't have we just have a smaller koi right now.
Yeah, you just got the corner. One day you guys need to get your own tent of Inglewood.
Well, I think Owen will probably appreciate me like not asking him to special order me stuff in from Nathan all the time.
If you can have the entire catalog there.
Exactly, yeah. It's actually probably good that we don't though, because then it stops you from buying a whole bunch of shit.
The best thing about Tent of Inglewood being separate here is that my file has two different numbers on it. The amount of money that I have spent at Tent of Inglewood and the amount of money I've spent. Because if you put those two numbers together, it is a very large number that my wife doesn't know about.
I think the Knifewear one is still higher for me anyways, because I also have like a sick cookbook addiction. So I have that's another thing Owen is probably annoyed at me about is I'm always asking him to bring in specific cookbooks for me.
What's your newest
stack that I haven't? The last one. So the last one I bought we bought a couple. We bought Michaela, my girlfriend, bought Smorgasbord, which is like she's Swedish, so it's like it's like an Eastern European or whatever. What do they call it? What's that part of Europe called? Scandinavian. She's listening out there right now. She's gonna be like, "God damn you!" Nice. And then we bought Spirited, which is like a new Fidon's new like cocktail book.
Oh yeah. I think we just got that one in yesterday.
It's awesome, and like we've carried a few cocktail books. Like we've had Cocktail Codex and Death and Co. I don't know if you've seen those ones before.
Death and Co is beautiful. I love.
Yeah, I went to Death and Co last year, or like right before quarantine and stuff. I was in New York and I went there. It's the most expensive drink I've ever had in my life. It was very good. It's very dark. I don't know if anyone's ever been there before. It's like a famous New York cocktail bar.
They won best bar in the world a couple of times, didn't they?
Yeah, it's good. It's just very expensive. It's like we had one drink there. It's very dark. Like you can hardly see the servers walking around. There's like a candle like that could see Michaela like just through like this candlelight. But it's I mean with the exchange rate, our bill was like over $60 and we only had one cocktail each. It was very good.
Yeah.
And we were like, do we get another drink here? Do you want to have another drink? And we like realized we're like, wait a minute.
3 drinks somewhere.
It'd be like $120 if we have a drink each. Yeah. So we ditched, but it was very good. But anyway, Spirited is really awesome. It's very good. And then I bought there's a Thai restaurant that's really famous in Vancouver called Mae Nam. It's in Kitsilano, and they just released their first book, and that one's really awesome. I haven't really made my way through it. It's a little complicated. I'm not like super familiar with cooking Thai food, but I want to hit all the pastes and stuff like that in the back. It's a pretty nice book, really nice,
cool,
awesome restaurant.
We just got those Phaedon collections are fantastic.
They're amazing.
And the Turkish one we just got.
Oh man, I've been wanting that one for so long.
It's got like this purpley kind of maroon cover. With this big like colorful star on the front.
I've been wanting to look at that one for a long time. We got Ireland is really good.
Have you seen this? I forgot about this.
Oh yeah, those are incredible.
Right?
Yeah, which one's that? That's Cutting Techniques.
That's Cutting Techniques.
Yeah, the fish one is my favorite.
Yeah, it is.
They literally tell you what footwear to wear, like the wooden. Yeah, and like how to stand, and everything. It's intense.
And the pictures in it are insane.
Oh, Kyle's and is it? Are you you're in a New York City bartender?
Nice.
Maybe. What's your thoughts on Def? Is Def & Co overrated then?
Yeah, that's what we need to know.
It was very good. I will say I don't know. It's like I've checked it off. I don't think I would go back.
Yeah. It's been there, done that. Oh, Blank Blank's here. Hello, Blank Blank.
Who's Blank Blank?
They a regular. I see their name on the chat list regularly when I'm watching Kevin and Lordy.
Nice. Cookbooks. I'm probably gonna have to ask you to start shipping me cookbooks that we don't have in Vancouver next. Anytime there's on the show. Yeah. Just put them in the transfer or whatever.
Exactly. Oh. Kyle says he was a bartender before the shutdown. Oh yeah, Blank Blank's in Texas. He's got
sweet
on barbecue.
On barbecue, yeah. Yeah, we went to a lot of wine bars when we were in New York. We went to like some Brooklyn wine bars and things like that. Diner is my favorite bar in New York. I don't know if Kyle's been to Diner, but that was my favorite. If I opened a wine bar ever in Vancouver or anywhere for that matter, I would want it to be like Diner.
Is it based on the movie?
No, but that's you know what? There's some vibes like color wise for sure.
Nice.
It's Diner's a weird ass movie.
I haven't seen it in ages. I was just listening to, I can't remember what podcast I was listening to, but somebody was talking about it, and I was like, I got to put that on my to watch again list because it was ages ago that I saw it. But
yeah,
great cast.
Oh no! No way! That's
good thing you made it there.
That's the most painful thing I've heard. You have no idea how much that hurts me. Oh man, because they have a sister. It was like. Anyway, I could talk about like bars in New York for a long time.
I need to go to New York.
Kyle, we'll have to have this conversation sometime, but that upsets me. That really upsets me.
Pre-pandemic, what were your go-to places in Vancouver?
There's a restaurant called Como that's like in the hood, and they're like a Spanish tapas restaurant. Actually, last time Kevin was here, we took him out there too. That place is awesome. Where else? We go to this place called Uncle Abe's. Like it's just like looks like a living room, like someone's living room, just like cheap beers, and they play like metal and stuff like that. And then
it's pretty close to the shop, isn't it?
Yeah, it's pretty close. Like I mean, there's a couple places like really close to the shop that have closed down. We go to this there's this really strange place. It's called Simply Delicious, and it's very strange. Yeah. It's like a sushi sports bar, I guess. And it's like upstairs, and you go in, and they have like weird bicycles hanging from the roofs. It's very strange. And they have like weird mixed like cocktail shots. So sometimes we'll go there and like have a couple pitchers of Sapporo or something like that. I don't know if I would say it's like good. Like if someone was visiting, I wouldn't say go there. But if you come to Vancouver, we're taking you there.
Nice.
So we kind of miss that place, but we almost go there more as like a joke than anything else.
Yeah.
And it's right across the street. So
we just got a question that's actually on topic for today, which I think is fantastic.
Go, yeah.
So how did you get into kitchen cutlery? I got into it because I was cooking. I was chained to stoves for 15 years or so. So I've done everything from run the kitchen to wash dishes to take reservations and everything else in between. And my first Japanese knife was actually purchased for me by a chef of mine after I quit, which was kind of nice. It was the only time I quit a job and got a gift out of it. But I was moving to the coast. I went and worked in Victoria for a year, and he bought me my first Japanese knife before I left, and I immediately bought a second one because he bought me a little 180 Gyuto, and I bought a 240 to match it, and I've been in love with them ever since. I did have a personal rule when I was still working in kitchens that Knifewear didn't exist in Edmonton yet, but I refused to go to the one in Calgary because I knew that I would spend all of my money there. I had a bunch of sharpening stones because when my cooks told me they were going to Calgary, I'd say, stop at Knifewear. This is the stone that I want. Pick it up for me. Give me a honing rod. But I'm not going in there myself. I'd purchased stuff at Knifewear, but I'd never walked into a Knifewear until I applied for a job here.
That's funny.
And that was 7 years ago, and now my knife collection is insane.
Yeah, I never went to Knifewear. I was aware of Knifewear, but the Vancouver one's not that old. So like when I was working, I hadn't really heard of it. But my friend bought me a Santoku. I don't even know if it was from Knifewear. I don't know where it was from. But that was probably like the first nice knife that I owned. He like we went to film school together, and then he moved, and then he came to visit. We were cooking a lot, and he was like, "You don't have a nice knife, but you cook all the time." So he just bought me one. It was over Christmas, and he like stayed on my couch for like 3 weeks. Nice. So that was his gift to me.
That's a good trade.
Yeah, and now I need to probably get a couple more magnets eventually. See, my magnet's full. That's the problem that I have right now. If I get one more, I need a new magnet. You know?
Do you have a roll?
No, but like, where am I gonna go? You know, like, and plus, like, I want to put it on. I want to put it on.
So
I
have two kitchens in my house. When we moved in, there was like a basement suite.
You have two kitchens?
Oh, okay. Yeah, I know. And I just use it mostly for. Well, my wife does laundry in it, and I store all of my extra kitchen stuff down there because I have 2 sets of everything. But so I have a magnet that's overflowing there, and then I have a drawer downstairs of knives that don't get used enough, and then I have the magnet upstairs that's full, and then I've got a roll that I keep in the drawer upstairs of stuff that I also want to use.
That's wild.
It's a little bit out of control, but you know.
Yeah, but whatever. You use them all the time.
Exactly, and I rotate them in. Kevin and Lordy did an episode about changing them over on the regular, and I do that. Actually, have you seen? I can't remember what the company's called, but we got those new stand-up knife blocks.
Oh yeah, those are cool. Yeah,
I've just picked one of those up, so that now that I have like 5 on the magnet. Or 6 on the magnet, and then I've got about another 8 in the block underneath it.
Yeah, and if you alternate them, you can put like I think you can put a lot more in. Yeah, something like that in. Yeah, those are really nice.
So those are handy. So hopefully that answers the question of how we got into kitchen cutlery.
Now we're obsessed.
I was very much the burnt out chef. That is the stereotype of people that work at Knifewear. Because I'd worn out my welcome in a couple of different restaurants, and then I chased some zeros to do some corporate opening stuff, and that just about killed me. And then I said, "Screw it all," and I walked away from the kitchen, and I got a job selling cheese at a tiny little cheese shop, which was great, except they paid me almost no money. But I got all the cheese I could eat.
But that cheese hookup, that's a good hookup.
Yeah. The best part about that is they sent me to San Francisco to go to cheese school for a week. And I've never eaten so much cheese and never had more fun than living in the Mission for a week and eating cheese all the time.
Yeah. Yeah, like so if there's one thing I'll say about kitchen life is I do miss doing like the catered events when I worked at the catering company. Those are fun. Those are fun. Like they were wild, sometimes poorly organized by the front of house staff, but like, man, we had some good times.
Yeah. That's it. Like the cooking life between the ages of 20 and 30 was fantastic.
It's good if you're in school too.
Yeah, because it's flexible.
Exactly.
But as soon as I turned 30 and my body was like, I don't like standing like this all day. I don't like bending over into a low boy all day. I don't like working 16 hours on my feet 7 days a week, because there were times where I was doing that. It definitely got a little bit tiresome.
Yeah, to say the least. Got a few questions here. Pals, friends. Yeah, like community. If you want my honest opinion, like I like love everyone that I work with, and we have like awesome staff parties. Like what we did, you know what I mean?
We did. I know. I can't wait for the party post COVID.
Yeah. No, and like even just like our group, like we have like a WhatsApp and we're pretty tight, like everyone, and we would hang out a lot on weekends after work and stuff like that. Like try new recipes together, all that kind of stuff. We're always texting each other like meals that we've made and things that people need to try out, stuff like that. So yeah, definitely the friends.
Knifewear crew or the Vancouver Knifewear crew in particular is amazing.
Yeah, like we just got a new person. We haven't had it, like no one's quit since. We've had the same staff since I started. I was like the last person to join. We just hired a new guy, Jordan, who's also awesome, who was a customer of Knifewear. He's awesome. He's like the singer. He's like a metal singer. You would never expect it from seeing him, but he's a pretty rad dude. But yeah, like people just stick around because they like the company and they like each other. So I would say, yeah, friends and cookbooks.
We should give this guy a job because he remembers. He knows the product.
Oh yeah, right.
Yeah, sticks and boards. They're awesome. The knife blocks are gorgeous, and I love mine. So thank you for reminding me what it was called.
I got to agree with Grant on this one. He said he misses it sometimes too. Actually, it was a couple Christmases ago. I was still at Knifewear, but the catering company that I had worked for previously, asked me if I could do a couple early morning shifts during Christmas just to help them out.
Yeah. So
I went in, 6 a.m. for a few hours just to kind of help them out. And I was like, this will be fun. I'll see the old kitchen staff again, crack some jokes. And then I kind of forgot that like they're all in the middle of being destroyed at Christmas. They didn't really want to crack jokes with me.
No, so it wasn't fun. It was
after a week of doing that, I was like, I remember why I don't like doing this anymore.
I think the last time that I did any like serious cooking, Kevin and I did a dish for it was a fundraiser here for Slow Food Edmonton. And so it was us and like 7 other chefs doing everybody did a course, and we did our course and it was fun, and we banged out some deer neck pierogies and it was delicious and awesome. And Kevin loves to tell the story because I remember leaning over to him at the end of the night and I said, you know why this is awesome? And he said, why? I said, because we don't have to do it tomorrow. All these guys have to do the same thing tomorrow, and we don't have to do it tomorrow.
Yeah, exactly.
Because I also
miss. Yeah, definitely. I also miss being 18 to 26.
I don't know if I could handle it anymore.
I definitely can't.
I was not the wisest.
No, I'm 37 now. I don't know if I was the wisest up until 35.
Yeah, no,
I think I've just got it figured out.
Yeah. Oh, Burger King. You know what I love about people that have worked at fast food places is they have learned how to follow a system and they're disciplined about it. And I think that some of the best cooks and best employees I've ever hired have gone through something like a Burger King training or a McDonald's training, or
I had an A&W training.
There you go. Same kind of thing, right? It teaches you how to. It's like being in the military. It teaches you how
that's kind of what I don't like about it.
Yeah.
Yeah. Like I've worked at corporate restaurants as well. Like, and it's kind of the same thing, but to like an exponential level.
Exactly.
Is Burger King good? I feel like Burger King, no offense to Grant here, but I think, it was blank. No offense to blank, but I think Burger King might be like my least favorite of the burger joints.
I don't recall the last time I actually had Burger King.
Yeah, neither do I.
When I was in my early 20s, I had a buddy whose apartment was across the street from Burger King,
right.
And so many nights finished there.
Yeah. I like A&W.
Yeah.
I like Wendy's. I think I like Wendy's. I don't know.
I haven't had Wendy's in ages.
Yeah.
There's an A&W by my house, so I'll have it every now and then when it's.
Yeah. I mean, it's hard to beat a Big Mac too, right? Big Macs are like, they're top 5 fast food burgers, I would say.
Yeah, they're pretty solid.
That's up there with the teen burgers, are pretty close. Yeah, see, blank agrees.
Yeah. It sucks, but I needed money. That's why you take those jobs, 100%.
KFC, I wonder, like, there's probably a lot of people at Knifewear. I don't know if we've ever really talked. I've never asked people in the company if they worked at fast food restaurants. We always talk about the job that we all had before Knifewear. I don't know if anyone ever really talks about, like, I honestly only had 3. I only had 3 shifts at A&W, and I was like stoned the whole time. So I don't think I got a whole lot out of it. But
do you remember there was a place off White Avenue here in Edmonton? I don't know when you said you left 11 years ago.
I moved 11 years ago. I was 25.
Oh, yeah. So it still would have been there, called
25, 11, 12.
Badass Jack's.
Oh yeah.
That was my first ever kitchen job.
Oh, you worked at Badass Jack's? One of my go-to stone meals was like a Thai rice bowl. I used to like their rice bowls, actually.
Nice. Yeah. You and everybody else, because it was across from the movie studio.
So the movie studio. Yeah. Oh, yeah.
Owned in the parking lot, and then they'd go to the movie studio, and then they'd come get their dinner.
I can guarantee that you made me a wrap or a rice bowl at some point.
Yeah, probably like 99 to 2001. I was there.
Because when I went to the U of A, so we would go to Garneau a lot. We go to Garneau Theater, Garneau Pub, and then like you're close to Sugar Bowl and all those places. But yeah, we used to go to movie studio. Movie studio is obviously not there anymore, I imagine.
No, Remedy took over that entire space now, so it's just a massive
wow.
Yeah.
Remedy's still around, hey?
They've got at least 2 locations now. There's another one further down on White Avenue at like 100.
Very different from when I was a kid. Because I went to Scona, like down the street.
Okay. So you're an Av rat, but
say what?
They say you're an Av rat then, probably.
Yeah. We were like I was a little like punk rocker shit disturber when I was young, so we frequented White Ave, all the record stores and bars. Some of my favorite bars, like I still love Black Dog. Yeah, it's like one of my favorite spots. I don't know if you know this, but there's a bar in Vancouver called Black Frog.
Yes.
You know this? Yeah,
and it's like the Edmonton expat bar.
Yeah, it's the same people. Yeah.
Yeah, I've been there.
Oh, so there's one on Jasper Ave too. Yeah, I've heard downtown is quite different now than it was when I lived there. Everyone seems to hang out downtown.
Yeah,
we never went downtown when I was younger, like ever.
It's still a lot like that. Edmonton is very much the city divided. It's you either live on the north side of the river or the south side of the river, and you never cross. That still holds pretty true. Downtown is a lot more of a downtown than it used to be.
Yeah. I went to one restaurant there that blew my mind a few years ago when I was in Vancouver. I went to Rostazato.
Oh yeah. They're awesome.
That place blew my mind, actually.
They do a smaller kind of just like taco place called Tres Carnales as well.
Oh yeah, is that on White Ave?
No, they're just off Jasper.
Oh, okay.
Downtown. And it was blank. YouTube is dead today because it's us and nobody knows who we are. We're not.
Is there usually a lot more people? I thought there. I was like, oh, we got 60 people. That's pretty good.
Yeah, We've got people here. It's the people here that count. The ones that aren't here are missing out.
I guess it's because we're not showing knives and drinking beer, right? Like Kevin's usually drinking beer, right?
Could I make my Perrier look like a beer?
Yeah, you could make your I've been drinking SodaStream this whole time.
Oh, I shouldn't open one of these, but I have one of these that I've been waiting to give.
Those are tasty. Have you had one yet?
I have.
You can't drink it warm though.
No. It's Edmonton. It's like 4 degrees
so
right now.
Yeah.
It's minus 35.
Yeah, those are tasty. Those are tasty.
Yeah,
I drank mine at Christmas, I'm pretty sure.
Rumor is there's more coming.
Oh, hemp it up. First time
here. Nice.
Booyah. You know what, Peter? Like, I will say, like, I'm not easily offended. So if you want to, you can start chirping as much as you want.
For sure.
But don't think I'm not going to come back.
Well, and I've watched pretty much every episode, so I know all of the inside jokes. Like, my brisket is definitely not as dry as Lordy's. Mm-hmm. I cut an onion the right way.
Yeah,
I know more about Switzerland than Kevin does, but I am familiar with the fact that their flag is a big plus.
Yeah, I've been to Switzerland.
There you go.
Yeah, there you go. Not that long ago. I was in Switzerland a couple of years ago. It was the most expensive meal I ever had. Was in Switzerland.
Here's Grant shops with me and Adam. Yeah, I'll do this one first. Grant, we will enable you. Adam and I are definitely knife pushers when it comes to your addiction, and we're not sorry about it at all. Interested in the 240 Manaka ATS 134. Honestly, Adam, every time I pick up that Manaka, I'm surprised that I haven't bought it yet. So that's the one you want. Just get that one.
Like the only other one that I would maybe get is the carbon version of that knife. Because Manaka's got the other one. I don't know if we still have those. Vancouver doesn't have one, but
I think I might have one in the Edmonton shop.
Yeah. But those are awesome. We don't see those very often.
No.
So if they're around, go for it.
The other option, if you want to go full carbon, is the that new Sakai Uhl. I don't have the 240 here. I don't know if he was looking when I showed. I'll pull out the one I might buy here.
Is that the Kobunka again?
Kobunka again. But
the
240 has that Karochi finish on it. And
I might go with that 240 actually. I might buy that one.
I'm pretty sure Naoto bought one as soon as they got here. And if Naoto's picking it up for his collection, it's worth getting.
Yeah, for sure. Adam, if you okay with they're full carbon as well. They're laminated in softer carbon, so they are going to be a little bit harder to take care of than the ATS 134, but
the ATS 134 just feels real nice in the hand.
Yeah, it's nice and it looks cool.
Chance Adam to come into the shop and pick one up, but they feel really, really nice. They've got a great balance to them, and they look amazing.
I don't think we're gonna set the store on fire. I'm in my bedroom, so I'm not gonna set my bedroom on fire.
No, and it's cold here in Edmonton, but not cold enough to set the store on fire. Yeah. I really like our landlord here too, so he'd probably be upset.
What's blank gonna throw at us here?
He wants to know about slicing a brisket. Well, I use 2 different knives for brisket. I have a very nondescript Western-handled 300 millimeter Gyuto that's made out of SK carbon steel that the staff here bought me for Christmas a couple of years ago.
Nice.
And I don't even know who the maker is on it. It was something that we found under the case that had been in the garage sale years ago and was just sitting around. And I kept saying every time I pulled it out and showed a customer, I'm like, someone needs to buy this or I'm going to buy it. And I never got around to buying it. And then this big box comes out at a Christmas party, and the staff had all pitched in and got it for me. And
that's pretty awesome.
It's probably too tall,
right,
to be a great brisket slicer, but it's 300 mils, so it's long enough.
Yeah, I think if you want to go like the Moritaka, when we have Moritakas are pretty popular in Vancouver, anyways, for brisket knives.
That's what Lordy uses. He's got the 360.
Yeah, that's probably what I would use too. I was gonna say,
my favorite Tsujihiki is anything by Masashi.
Yeah, those are pretty nice.
I have one of the old mirrored ones, but I think the Masashi Kuroshu is just one of the most beautiful knives. And if you're gonna pull out a sword to carve something, get the prettiest one.
Yeah, honestly, the new Denkas are wild too. Like, I don't know if you've seen the new Denkas, but the ones we have in Vancouver are like, they're a little bit taller than they used to be. So like those ones are pretty awesome. We carry everything. We carry everything we want.
Yeah, exactly. And Kyle says he's got 5 Manaka knives. So just buy it. So there you go. I think you can't get a better recommendation than that, Adam. Yeah, and you live in California. Enjoy the sunshine and order the knife. That would be my advice. Because if you come visit my store, you have to deal with -40, and that's Celsius. And you know what that is in Fahrenheit? -40.
Yeah.
Real cold.
It snowed in Vancouver yesterday. First snow.
You guys just closed the store?
Yeah, pretty much. I don't know if anyone showed up. That's what happens, yeah.
I don't know. This question, Kevin and Naoto do such a good job of going out and finding stuff that, I mean, half the time when it shows up, I haven't heard of it before. And so
you know what I would say. It's not necessarily something that we don't carry, but like, I think we would like to see more stuff from some of the people that we already carry. You know what I mean? Like, there's some pretty exclusive Kurosaki knives that I wish that we could, get a hold of every now and then.
Yeah.
Because when we get them, they fly. They're gone before they even get in the shop.
Yeah.
Or like Takamura, not Akagohans, the Uchigumos, things like the Hanas, things like that. Like, I wish we could get more Hanas and stuff. People ask us about them. I also really want one myself. I regret not getting one. When I first started at Knifewear, there was a 210 Hana for garage sale. But as you know, we're not allowed to buy anything until the first day is over. Yeah. And so that one was gone, Same with the Tinker Tank. Someone brought in the Tinker Tank here. I think the first day we got a Tinker Tank in Vancouver, it was a Saturday, and it sold. I sold it that day, actually. I don't know if I know enough about.
I am not a steel nerd. I am.
I don't know if I am either.
I'm very honest about that. I'm very pragmatic when it comes to knife shopping. I'm more than willing to look up information for people, but I know that when it comes to like super steels and stuff like that, I don't know a ton about them except for the stuff that I've used. The superest steel that I have in my own personal collection is an old Mugen HAP 40, and the HAP 40 is it's insane, and I like it, and I hate sharpening it.
It's probably well, I have a buddy who works at a restaurant down here, and the HAP 40s are not super easy to sharpen. I will say that I don't find R2 to be extremely difficult to sharpen. I know some people struggle with it. I think me and Francis both like powder steels these days.
I would sharpen R2 over ZDP 189 any day.
Oh, for sure.
You're talking hard stainless.
We did have a Kurosaki ZDP 189 camping knife. I don't know if you remember. It was like a one-off. Read it for years. Someone got it over Christmas time. It was like this micarta handle ZDP 189 Kurosaki. Pretty rare piece. I'm surprised.
Yeah, that's cool.
I'm surprised we had it for so long, actually. But yeah, I mean, it's tough for us to carry.
-40.
Yeah.
You come visit me, Adam. You can walk my dog. It's not nice in this weather. Oh, the Tinker.
We do our best, to get what we can. It's tough out there these days.
No, exactly.
My buddy has a Tinker. I've used it before. It's pretty awesome.
Yeah. Well, a guy I know here that works in the kitchen has one, and he actually, the day he bought it was the day that the blacksmiths from Takafu were in Edmonton. So we had Shibata-san, and then we had Ikeda, and we had Kato all here, and they did a forging demo out back, and they had a couple of Tinkers for sale. And, that was a super fun day. I can't wait until people can travel again. And
I feel like I probably would have bought one of those. There's the Kotetsu like battleship, which is, I don't know if anyone's seen they're 195 millimeter. I think there are two though. I don't think they're AS. Have you seen those ones? We've had a couple of them. We had like one in during like when we were actually, yeah. So when we were locked down, they're not as tall. They're only like as tall as like a Kotetsu. Actually, not even as tall as like the Kotetsu Bunka. They're basically as tall as his AS Gyutos, but they have the sloped like R2 tip, little bit like it's like more pronounced.
Yeah,
they're only 195 millimeters, and we got one in the shop when we were all shut down, like a year ago or whatever, in March. And I went in to go help Owen do some packaging, and I was like, "What is this knife? Like this Kotetsu?" I was like, "I've never seen this before," and he's like, "Oh, it's like the battleship," and I was like, "I want it," and then. But like everything, we didn't know what the state of the world was when with jobs and whatnot, and I was like, I should save some money right now because I don't know what's gonna happen.
Yeah.
And then that night I had a dream about it, and I wasn't going in the next day, and I woke up at like 6 a.m, and I was just gonna text Owen when he woke up, put that knife aside, I'll come in and buy it today. But then I checked online, and someone had bought it at 4 a.m. in Victoria. Had been purchased, and there was only that one. And so I've been kicking myself ever since. I told Naoto, like, if it ever comes back, just consider it bought. Like, I'll buy it right away.
This is an important question. Hemp It Up wants to know when the garage sale is. It will be the week before the May long weekend in Canada. So that would be, I'm just pulling up my calendar here. May probably the 17th. Yes, starting May the 17th and lasting that entire week, unless things change drastically, which they shouldn't. That will be the garage sale. So you can mark that on your calendar. Start putting your nickels in a can so that you have some cash to buy whatever knife that you want. Is there something in particular that you're looking for? Hemp It Up. You can shoot us a comment there. I know it's funny that you had a knife that was bought online when you were thinking about buying it. I had the Kurosaki with the blue acrylic handles, and
that is one of the craziest knives I've ever held in my life.
So my wife saw one on our Instagram a bunch of garage sales ago, and I came home and she was like, "That is a rock star knife." I was like, "Do you want it?" She's like, "Yeah." I didn't tell her that it was a $600 knife. I was like, "Well, I'll buy it
$900," unless I'm thinking of a different one, because we got the ones that he does recently.
The Tsujihiki or the 210 is 900, but this was the 150 petty.
Oh, okay, yeah.
And so I told her I'd buy it for her the next day, and I went in and it had sold, same thing, online, 4 o'clock in the morning. Yeah. Some lady in Fort St. John, BC, and but then we got another one 6 months later, and I waited all day garage sale just staring at this thing, and it managed to last till the end of the day, and I bought it and took it home, and she was like, "That's amazing," and I was like, "Don't look at the credit card bill."
Yeah, we had a 210 probably like 6 months ago, and I think it lasted a day or something like that, like 2 days.
They're beautiful.
I don't know if it's going to be I think it's too early to tell. I mean, we always, no matter what, always do like the preview on YouTube. So there'll definitely be like YouTube previews. And yeah, depending on the state of the world, a lot of it's probably going to have to be online. The shops still had a lot of stuff, but yeah, some of the rare pieces, like we're talking about the Kurosakis and the Kotetsu, they don't really make it into the stores.
Yeah. So it's a good idea to all this stuff will be posted again this year on the website before it's available. So you won't be able to buy it, but you'll be able to check out what's available, so you can kind of scope out what you're looking for, and kind of make a few selections. And then when stuff goes live at whatever time we select it to go live on that morning, you can click on it, put it in your cart, and make sure that you hit that buy button right away, because it's not the person that puts it in their cart first that gets it. It's the person that presses buy that gets it.
Yeah, true. Yeah, I wanted that. I think we all wanted that knife.
I love mine, and it's just the one fit. It's just the little one.
I know.
I
wish
love
I
it.
had that one. I think I've made this mistake where I'm like, I should save some money, but I think next time something like rare comes that I want, it's the same thing with those Kurosakis, like the Fujin. I think it's the Fujin
Yeah.
AS 240. Yeah, I missed out on that as well, but my buddy bought it, so
Nice.
I've sharpened it and I've used it and stuff.
The Senko Tsujihiki.
Senkos are nice, yeah.
They had one in the Calgary store, and Steve that works here in Edmonton was on vacation last week, and he went through Calgary and stopped at the shop, and they talked him into buying one because he also has the Gyuto, so now he's got a matching Gyuto and a Tsujihiki.
Yeah. I have 210 Gyutos and I'd like something longer. I always just, if you're worried about not spending a lot of money, I'd say just go with the Tojiro DP. That's kind of like
100%.
when people are not sure or a little uncomfortable spending a lot of money, but still want something that's going to give them, something good. Tojiro, if you want a 240, I think they make a 270 as well.
Yeah.
VG10 is pretty easy to sharpen. Some people, might disagree, but I don't really have many issues with it, to be honest with you. 240, 270. I'd go with the DP series. They're just pretty good bang for your buck. Yeah, there's no, you're not going to get all the fancy bells and whistles that you'd get out of a blue-handled Kurosaki R2. But if you're just looking for a workhorse knife, just go with that.
They will do the work. They will 100% do the work.
I haven't heard anything about this. Have you heard anything about this?
There's a rumor that there might be a couple. Kagura is coming. I've heard that it's 240 Gyutos and that there's like 2 of them.
That's pretty crazy.
That's going to be a fastest finger competition if that happens, because I know
Did you get one?
I got one. Yeah.
You got one? Yeah. Owen's got one too.
I think Owen, Lordy, Kevin, and I all have matching Kagura 240s.
Are they all matching? Yeah, I was going to say, yeah. Owen,
and then I have a 150 as well from Kagura.
This is kind of grim, but like Owen, like we've discussed, like I'm just assuming that he's going to die before me. I think I'm like healthier than he is. So if it is natural causes, I've just assumed that he will die before me. And he like we've basically decided that I get 5 of his knives.
Nice.
Obviously, the rest will be left to like his wife and whatnot. Yeah. But he's let me decide on 5.
Which 5?
I'm not sure. I keep changing, but like he has a Hana 150 Petty.
Yeah.
So that one's mine. I'd probably take the Kagura as well.
Yeah.
I don't know. I'd have to see. He's got like a Cobalt, like red-handled Fujiwara.
Oh yeah,
like
yeah.
Santoku, which is pretty. It's different. I think I would get it because
they're rare. Yeah,
they're rare. Exactly. Yeah. He's got. Yeah, I'd probably choose a couple weirdo. Like he's got a Moritaka Takobiki as well. I think that I would maybe take just because it's weird. I'm not cutting too many octopuses, but I could cut a brisket with it, no problem.
Exactly.
Yeah, it'd be fun to have. Yeah, exactly. I need to look at his collection again.
Yeah. What's blank saying here? Oh yeah, no, I get that. And honestly, a 240 out of VG10 that's super simple. My first was a Kasumi. We just carry the boning knife in that brand. Awesome little boning knife. I used to have it. That was one of the few knives that got stolen from me when I worked in the kitchen.
Which one was that? Sorry, which one was that?
The Kasumi boning knife.
Oh yeah.
But my first 240 was a Kasumi 240, and that's VG10. It's a more expensive version of a DP, is really all it was.
Yeah.
And so yeah, for the money, blank, get a DP 240, and then save your money up because and then you can get yourself that Takeda.
Yeah, I was gonna say, like, if you have something that works now, I would just start saving for the Takeda.
Yeah,
Takeda's someone who's I don't actually own a Takeda yet.
I have the little Konakiri, the 135 mil. It's the most ridiculous.
Oh, that's cute. Yeah. I feel like I might have to agree with gonna have to agree with Grant. Like, was it Grant who said that?
Blank blank.
Oh no, blank blank. I honestly think a 240 would probably be what I would get from Takeda as well. I feel like you want the tall.
Yeah.
Like if you're gonna get a Takeda, you gotta get a Takeda. You gotta get the tall. We had the ones that were like
this morning.
Oh man, you know what's funny is like Takedas are weird. Like I don't actually see Takedas are a strange knife. I don't know if a lot of you have used a Takeda before, but oh, your first Takeda was a 330. It says this guy's Synergy.
That's a big knife.
Yeah, that is a big knife. We had one recently. I don't know I can't remember what he calls them, but we had a 210 that was like not like Takeda tall, you know?
Oh, is it the like, Sasanoa?
Yeah, exactly. Yeah. So Synergy, is yours the Sasanoa or is it like the tall boy? That's a big knife, man. 330 millimeter Takeda. It still doesn't weigh anything either. Probably still light.
And as big as a canoe paddle.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah. They're a jarring knife for people who've never used
I love taking a big one out of the case and just setting it on the mat and having somebody pick it up.
Yeah.
Because they're always like, what?
Yeah, it's weird. Yeah, but yeah, I don't own a Takeda. I don't know if a lot of people know this either, but like Takeda is it's a paddle. Yeah, there you go. Somebody said it's a paddle. Yeah, I think Takeda is like just recovering. I don't think he had COVID, but I don't think he was feeling too well for a little while. Did you hear about that?
Oh, I heard that he wasn't producing.
Yeah, and I think it was because he was actually ill. It was like this was like before COVID though.
Yeah.
So
because I know we just got a handful of the Konakiris and some Kogatanas in the shop here, and they're gone.
Yeah, us too.
But and we hadn't seen much from him, so that would explain that.
Yeah, but yeah, I think he was a little sick. I think he's doing better now though. But Takeda is another one of those guys. Like if you see something, you kind of just got to scoop it up these days, you know?
Yeah. Yeah.
Guys are getting old.
If you're building a collection, I think you need to have one of his.
Yeah, I think so too.
I love my little Konakiri. When I brought it home, my wife looked at it and was like, "Why did you buy this knife?" And I said, "Because it's adorable."
It is adorable, yeah. I don't really know who I want, but I'm kind of in the same boat. Like I just want one from everyone, you know? So I bought a Masashi this year, I bought a Moritaka, and I bought a Fujiwara. I bought a Fujiwara just before Christmas, actually. That was my Christmas present to myself.
What'd you get?
I got a 195 Mabaroshi Gyuto, yeah. The 195, like I actually like small knives. It's funny, I said I would get a 240 Takeda, but it'd probably just be to have it. But I like weird like small knives. Like I bought that 150 millimeter Masashi Kamuri Gyuto, like the really cute little one.
Yeah.
So I bought one of those this year just because I thought it was cute. I honestly use it every day. I think that's the knife I use the most. Like
I use a lot of little knives at home.
Yeah, I use a lot of little knives and stuff. Let's see here.
I was just gonna put this one up because yes, you should have seen me fixing the Takeda this morning that I did because I kind of had to rebuild the bevel on it, and it was very cumbersome, and it's a profile on it now. But I definitely had it on the side using finger stones to try and reshape it, kind of like he does with the double-sided stone, because he doesn't lay the knife on the stone and rub it back and forth. He sets the knife down kind of on a block and then puts the stone on top of it, and it's you can find videos of him on YouTube sharpening like that, and it's definitely different.
Yeah, I will say that like I think I'm pretty good at sharpening, but I haven't mastered a Takeda. Like when Takedas come in the shop, I usually get Francis to do them. I'm a little intimidated by sharpening a Takeda.
The big ones can be challenging because they're almost straight most of the time, especially if they've been well used. And getting them to lay flat on the stone can be a bit of a challenge sometimes. Yeah.
But
the new ones are better than the old ones. The stainless clad ones are easier because they stay straighter.
That's right. Old, they didn't used to be, right?
Ones are like when they get used in a kitchen a lot, they'll have a nice little wobble to them every once in a while.
Right. That makes sense. Yeah.
Hemp It Up wants to know what he should get. What should I get for my first Japanese knife? Nakiri's awesome.
Yeah.
It depends on what you're going to use it predominantly for.
I would say it depends on if you're trying to replace the Wusthof or if you're trying to add something different.
I think that, for a first Japanese knife, a bigger Gyuto, 210 or 240, because it's going to do everything for you. And then you can kind of expand from there. That being said, if you're doing mostly veg prep, I love my Nakiri. And that's always a good choice.
That was the Nakiri was the first knife I bought when I started working at Knifewear, mostly because like I never use Nakiris in restaurants, and so I was like, I'm gonna get something that I have never really used before, and so I don't know if you meant to say Yuki, but I have a Yuki Nakiri. That was the first knife that I bought, and I love it. Yeah, it's actually like one of my favorite knives that I own. I know like it's not maybe as elite as some of the other things we were talking about, the Takedas and the Takamuras and stuff, but I'm a fan of white carbon steel. It just holds an edge for a really long time. It's easy to sharpen.
And you can make it so sharp. That's what I love.
Make it so sharp. It is the knife that I sharpen the least out of my collection. So yeah, I'm a fan of that one for sure. But yeah, I would say if you're not looking to replace your Wusthof, get the Nakiri because it's different.
Oh yeah, that makes sense. Small cutting board. Bunkas are great. I have a very rare bunka, the Shimo line for Masakage.
Oh, nice.
I think he made a total of 2 bunkas for that line. And
really?
I got them. Yeah.
I feel like we had one in Vancouver.
Skinny. It's like one of the thinnest knives I own, and it is an absolute rocket. And I make it rust regularly because I'm a negligent carbon steel knife owner. And those things rust like crazy, but I just scrub it off and get back to using it because it's so much fun.
Shimos do react like a lot faster than a lot of the other white carbon knives we have. Hey, like is your Kagura? Is that it's full white carbon? So is it white carbon? I can't because it's like recycled steels. Like I just can't remember. Like
so you never really know what's going to be in the cladding steel.
Yeah,
because it's all recycled stuff, and so there's like old tools and pieces of boats and all sorts of stuff that he folds together. Then he folds it weird too. He folds it in kind of like a Z pattern.
Yeah, it's got an odd cladding design on it.
Yeah, they patina really cool because you never
they look
know
cool.
Exactly, and you get like they look almost like an oil slick.
Yeah.
On water when they patina.
I always bug Owen because I call his I'm gonna get shot or fired for this, but I always call his Kagura his like garbage knife because it's made out of like trash. And so I'm always like, I think I could see like a Coke can label on this. It's like, is that a Dr. Pepper logo I see on your knife? That's weird.
That's your jealousy showing through there.
Guys just making a knife with aluminum cans or what?
That's hilarious. What else we got?
How hard is it to sell?
Kyle, get the Konakiri. Just order it. You'll love it. My 6-year-old uses it now and thinks it's his knife. It's not.
I didn't even know we still had any in the company. I haven't seen one at our store in a long time.
I don't know if we had a handful of them. But when I looked in the case today, there weren't anymore, so they might be out. I'm just looking on the website here. Takeda Konakiri.
Yeah. My computer is being slow. Well.
It says check-in for availability. 1 item left.
It says Ottawa, yeah. Are you seeing the same thing? Yeah, 1 item left. I think it's in Ottawa.
Here you go. Kyle, I posted the link. Just click on it and buy that knife before it disappears. Otherwise, you'll be sad.
It'll be gone by the end of the day.
Exactly. Because we've been talking about it.
Yeah. This one, I mean, it's like anything. You just got to learn how to do it. You're not going to be able to play Stairway to Heaven if you just grab a guitar. But, if you practice at it, you'll be able to.
Practice on your 8-inch Wusthof first. Follow along with
exactly
the boys in Vancouver when they do their live sharpening night in Canada on Thursday nights. Then watch Naoto's Nerd Hour on on Friday and ask him some more in-depth questions, and then just do it. I learned by watching the YouTube video, and then found out that the YouTube video guy didn't know what he was talking about. And I could make them decently sharp, and then I started.
I learned from Francis.
Yeah,
Francis, who is like one of the guys who does the Vancouver class. I always say, he's the best sharpener in Vancouver. I learned from him. He's like him and Naoto are, I would say, maybe the two in the company that know the most about sharpening.
Yeah,
I mean, I could be wrong. I'm sorry if anyone else feels that they deserve to be in that.
No, I think
the group as well, but I think they're like probably the two best.
Yeah. Kasumi's really good too. She's really
good. Yeah. I've never met. I've only talked to Kasumi on the phone a couple of times. I've never met her, but I heard she's awesome.
She has the highest standards when it comes to sharpening of, I think, anybody in the company.
Right.
I'm nervous to sharpen around her, and I've been doing it a long time, just because I'm like, I'm not going to be quite good enough for Kasumi, and that's okay. She's pretty fantastic. What else we got? Yeah, practice. Yes, blank. Practice. Yeah, that's about all you need. Is a 1,000 grit stone, a stone holder, and the Sharpie is definitely handy if you want to draw your lines on it. Although you could probably get away without the Sharpie. Just have a good set of eyes on you and watch what you're doing.
I mean, if the Wusthof is not that dull, you could definitely just, I think he said something about you could use a 500 or 400 for sure. 220 to 1,000. If it's not that bad and it's not that thick, you could probably just get it sharp on a 1,000 as well.
But if you're just kind of getting into sharpening, try out the Knifewear combination stone, the 220-1000 combo stone, because it does a really great job. And then if it is dull, you have something a little bit coarser. And then once you've practiced a little bit and you start wearing out that stone, then you can build a kit of kind of better stones for sharpening. But that's a solid place to start.
And strop like crazy.
Yeah. What does it say? I've been sharpening for a year.
So you got this.
Yeah, if you can get an edge and it keeps the edge, you're doing it right. You're going to adjust your angle a little bit when you start doing Japanese knives. Just bring it down.
Is that Steve Buscemi? I can't tell that picture. Is that Steve Buscemi? Like
it looks like a Steve Buscemi meme.
Yeah. Okay. And yeah, you can get rid of scratches for sure if you spend enough time with them, for sure.
Having to soak stones can be a pain. Get a sink bridge, put it in the kitchen sink, keeps it all neat and tidy. That's what I do when I'm at home. As long as you clean up, my wife won't yell at you. That's the thing that I always have to remember. That's the joy of having two kids.
You make your wife sound like a monster, but I feel like she's probably a nice lady.
She is the sweetest, and she puts up with my my BS. She told me when we got married, she was like, I don't know if you meet standard, and as we get older, I don't think you're going to get any better. And I've come to terms with that. So she knew what she was getting into. So
yeah, and I agree with Simerjeet here. The Nanoa Pro line is great value. The 3K specifically is probably like one of my favorite stones that I use in the shop.
You do like powdered stainless.
Yeah, I do. Yeah,
stainless are like bestest friends.
Yeah, I love that stone. That's probably my favorite stone that I use. And I think Fujiwara goes up to 8,000 or something, 10,000. Yep. We also got those new Shapton ones that are pretty fun to use. I haven't used them a lot, but they cut really quick, and they stay flat. They stay flat really well too.
Kensho stones,
right?
That Naoto brought in are super fun.
Right.
I was playing a little bit with those today to put a finish on the Takeda once I got the big chip out of it. And they are.
The thing about the Takeda with the big chip is like, I feel like Takedas are, because I don't actually see them chip very often. You know,
I've seen them bent. Said, what happened? And he said,
that's weird.
Out of work. He said, out of work cooks shouldn't give up nicotine.
Right.
And so we left it at that.
I would argue that everyone should, and then just maybe.
I do too, but I think he was just having a day, and it ended up being part of the Takeda, and he was not happy about it.
You should take like a boxing class or something.
Exactly. Yeah.
Go to the gym, something like that.
This is a lot of stone.
That's a lot of stone for sure.
You're gonna have a Takeda that
sings,
just looks at and falls apart. Like you're not even gonna need to cut it. That's a scary sharp Takeda if you're using a 10K.
Yeah, like I was gonna say, like I've only really used. Yeah, this one. Like I will say, like the Atoma, I can't use like the tring stones. The Knifewear tring stones are great. They're also a great value. That's another big thing. Is like you got to keep your stones flat. The Atoma plates are pretty amazing. Like the diamond ones, they're like pricey, but they're totally worth it in my opinion.
If you've got to grind something
down,
like they remove a ton of material really, really quick, and then they're also great for trim.
Yeah, it's super straight. And maybe we should get Francis to talk about the Shaptons because he really likes them. The first day we got him, he immediately opened up a few and started testing them out, and they they stay flat and cut fast, which is kind of like exactly what you want. They are like significantly thinner than all the other stones that we sell. So, something like a sink bridge or something to hold it straight, you're definitely going to need. Some people just to rely on the stone on the towel technique. I don't know if you could pull that off with a Shapton. They're just not tall enough.
No,
but they're pretty awesome. They're fun to use.
I've been using the Shapton.
And they have a 30K.
Yeah,
there's a 30K.
I gotta break one of those out. Lordy was telling me he's got one open at the Ottawa store.
Yeah, I've never used one
because I've been using the 10K for straight razors, and I find now that I'll actually do the Shapton 10K, and then the Naniwa specialty 10K or 12K afterwards to finish straight razors, and you get this really buttery, really gorgeous edge.
Yeah. I want to see a picture of Simmerjeet's knife. Should email us a photo of this knife. I want to see that 330 Takeda after you sharpen it. That sounds awesome.
Yeah.
Photogenic knife is what it sounds like. Yeah, I mean, you could, if you're talking about SG like powder steels, you could start with a 2K. I mean, you could. I think in this instance, it probably just depends how dull it is. you know.
I was lucky enough to stand in the shop at the Takamura's and watch them sharpen, and they use, it's basically a spinning wheel like we have, but it was essentially a 3K Chosera that they were flipping knives on, and I will never forget, because up until that point I thought that Shibata-san was the greatest sharpener that I had ever met, and I was standing there with him watching the fella sharpen at Takamura, and Shiba kind of grabs me by the shirt and pulls on my elbow a little bit, and I bent over because he's not quite as tall as I am, and it was very noisy in there, and he goes, Kris, this guy's really fucking good. And I don't
that was Takamura?
No, it was it was Takamura sharpening, but it was Shiba that said that, and I don't think I'd ever heard Shibata-san swear before. And I was like, okay, if he's saying that, and then they handed me a knife and had me do the paper test, and it didn't make a sound. Like, it was just.
I never met Shiba yet, but he definitely sends us the best Christmas packages.
I love the packages, Japanese goodies.
He sends us Japanese snacks. He sends one to every store, and it's not just like a couple. It's like it's a fucking box, full of snacks, like savory ones, sweet ones, all kinds of weird stuff.
I love playing the mystery game where you look at it, and I do not read any Japanese, and I'm like, is it going to be sweet? Is it going to be salty?
Is it going to be fishy?
Yeah. Is it going to be all of those things?
Yeah, exactly.
How does it taste like cheese and fish at the same time?
Yeah, exactly. It's like chocolatey fish at the same time, but they're good stuff.
Oh, he's saying the Shapton 2K. I thought he was talking about SG2 steel as well, but he's talking about Shapton glass stones.
Oh yeah, okay.
That makes sense.
Yeah, that makes more sense. I thought we were talking about sharpening powder.
Yeah. No, I'm not enough of a sharpening nerd. I don't think I'm very, like I said earlier, pragmatic about. I want to get it sharp and make sure that it stays sharp.
Yeah, but yeah, like Kris was saying, like the lives with Naoto and the lives with Francis are like, I know a lot more about editing and making videos than I do about sharpening.
Yeah,
I think I know like quite a bit, but maybe not as some of these people.
No, I am more than willing to tell people when they come into the store that this is my area of expertise, and it's what knives you use for what in the kitchen, and which ones will stay sharpest longest, and which ones feel great, which ones I like the best, and how to sharpen them. And if you want to get more advanced than that, I can find the information for you. Because that's
honestly, our YouTube videos, like I learned so much from editing the YouTube videos, like myself. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So I've learned so much about Kent of Inglewood stuff. Sorry to bring up Kent of Inglewood again to you knife nerds out there.
I spend more time at Kent of Inglewood than I do at Knifewear most of the time because I have a very effective assistant manager in Adam. So he runs the Edmonton store there, and I've been hanging out at Kent of Inglewood.
But I've learned a lot about fragrances specifically this week, and like soap and shaving creams and stuff. I usually have a beard, but I was in a buddy's music video the other day. I was helping him shoot a video, and we all had to play children in it. And so
you couldn't very well have a beard.
So I shaved, and I only actually clean shave like once every couple of years or so. So this is very weird for me. I don't normally look like this. I don't like it.
You don't like it. I like it. Yeah. You look younger. I want to know what blank learned recently that was huge for him. I'm betting that he's going to tell us that he learned something about Switzerland and that their flag's a really big plus. But
yeah,
I hope I didn't step on his punchline. But yeah, I think that we need to work on more. Oh, here we go. That when you thin a wide bevel, you need to change the angle as you go from the front to the back. Depending on the knife and how it was ground previously, yes, that is. You will definitely notice that. Oftentimes, if the bevel is set correctly beforehand, when you lay it on that bevel and thin it out, it's just a matter of keeping an eye on it, and it's going to progress naturally as you do that. I think is what blank is talking about, but that it is slightly different at the heel than at the toe. But again, that's that next level of nerdiness. I'm hoping that that's blank laughing at my my repetitive dad jokes. I just don't want anyone to miss Kevin.
Yeah, I mean those guys are overrated. You ask me.
Yeah, I would agree. I don't
know. Should we do? Are you guys having a good? Are we
boring?
Do you like us? Do you? Do you like me? Do you like me?
Oh, good. Blank.
Is Daddy-O still open?
It is. I ordered po' boys there a couple of weeks ago.
They still got the blackened catfish?
Yes, they do.
That's
and they still
my favorite one.
The biscuits with the jalapeno jelly.
Yeah, jalapeno jelly and the you know what? Yeah, a few years ago, everyone was losing their shit about sweet potato fries, right? Which I'm not really a big fan of, but Daddy-O's been doing it since back in the day, and theirs are the best ones. I don't know what they do.
I got off an airplane on my way back from New Orleans, and I landed in Edmonton, and I got in a cab, and I went straight to Daddy-O, and I had a
did it live up?
Po' boy, and it was better than any of the ones that I ate when I was in New Orleans. So
it's funny that like sometimes that happens. Like I was in Germany and I had currywurst when I was in Germany, and there's a little bar downtown called it's closed now in Vancouver. It's like a German style little bar, and theirs currywurst was better than what I had in Germany. I thought.
Yeah. I'm sure that I was just walking into tourist traps too in New Orleans because I was there for New Year's Eve, and it was 4 days was the longest month of my life. But
yeah, I don't know if I could keep up anymore.
Well, I'm too old for that shit now.
Yeah. But yeah, I want to go to Daddy-O again. It's been a long time.
Well, next time you're here, we'll wander down the avenue because it is not far from the store.
Nice.
We'll get some disco lemonade and have a good time.
Fuck yeah. I'm excited. I think is it what's going on? Is it wrapping up here? Are people getting bored of us?
I think so. I don't think I have. Did you have any notes of anything we were supposed to talk about? We mentioned the fragrance sale. I mentioned
fragrance sale's on. Talked about garage sale a little bit. Again, we're getting information about garage sale now as well. Like we're all kind of still figuring it out. So we don't have anything concrete yet, I don't think, unless I'm
hoping that we have some more kind of dates for any upcoming events probably in the next weeks, because today's Tuesday, right? Yeah, tomorrow all the managers for Knifewear have a big meeting to talk about stuff. And so we'll probably be getting some more info. So maybe if you tune in on Thursday, because I think that Nathan is being stinky and fermenting things again, and Lordy's going to host with him. So you guys can follow along again, 2:00 Mountain Time. They might have some exciting info about anything new that might be happening, because that might drop tomorrow in our meeting. And then on Friday, it's the Nauto Nerd Hour. I think he's on at 4:00. What time do the boys do their sharpening class? They
do it 6:00 Pacific time.
So that's 7:00 in Alberta.
7:00 where you are, yeah. And then it'll be 9:00 on East Coast.
I'm just gonna look on the old Instagram here because I can't remember what they're talking about on Saturday, unless you can remember.
Nope. And yeah, I don't think it's all the store employees. I think it's just the managers. Yeah. So I guess we'll be celebrating. I guess if we're anyone who's not a manager, will probably also be celebrating.
Yes, exactly. They'll be happy they don't. My staff loves when I have to spend time in the office, because then they don't have to talk to me, because then I'm not telling them dad jokes.
See, I don't like it when Owen's on the computer for like 2 hours, because like he's who I'm cracking jokes with all day. You know, not that like the other people aren't funny, but Owen and I
Owen is pretty funny.
These days when I go to work, it's because I want to hang out with Owen. You know,
that's funny. There is no Japanese Knife 101 on Saturday this week, by the looks of it. So Thursday, get your fix with Nathan and Kris, and then they have a special Knifewear quiz show next Tuesday. So a week from today. So
study your Knife Nerd book.
Know your Knife Nerd book. Know the punchlines to all the dad jokes.
It's not open book. Sure. Yeah.
Yeah. Well, I can't keep I keep mine handy all the time. It's important to have around. If you don't have
I just bought a bookshelf just for cookbooks recently. That's how silly it's getting. Anyways, no one wants to hear that. What's this joke here?
Yeah, I want to hear this.
I don't know.
An ancient Middle East region. I'm a little scared. I hope it's appropriate. Right, bring us the answer there, Fighting Usyk.
Oh, that's good.
I thought it was falafel. It's a falafel joke.
I like falafel, and I'm a huge fan of the Toronto Raptors, so that's a perfect joke for me.
I've been telling the same joke to my staff for a week now, and I think I've perfected it. So I'm thinking that I should tell you this joke because it's a long one, and then we should wrap this up. But it's a nice hat.
There we go. There's my Raptors. Falafel Raptors.
A frog walks into the bank, and he goes up to the bank teller and he reads her name tag, and it says Patricia Whack, and he says, "Patricia, I need a loan for $50,000 because I'm going on vacation." And she said, "Sir, that's a little bit irregular." He says, No, it's fine. My name is Kermit Jagger. My father is Mick Jagger, and I need a loan for $50,000 so I can go on vacation." And she said, "Sir, that's all well and good, but you're going to need some collateral." And he says, "Not a problem, not a problem." He reaches into his pocket and he takes out a tiny little porcelain elephant. And he says, that should do the trick. And she's like, this is very strange. I've got to go talk to my manager. So she heads on into the back and she says to the manager, "There's a frog out there." And he says that he's Mick Jagger's son and he wants a loan for $50,000 to go on vacation. And he gave me this tiny little porcelain elephant. What is that about? The bank manager looks at her and says, "It's a knick-knack, paddywhack. Give the frog a loan. His old man's a rolling stone."
Nice. That's good. I like that one.
Yeah, I've been laughing at that joke for a week. So
yeah, that's a good one.
I got nothing else though.
Yeah, I gotta pee.
Okay. Well, thanks for tuning in, everybody. I hope we weren't boring. I hope we didn't make you miss Kevin and Lordy too much. Don't forget to
overrated. Those guys are overrated.
Totally are. But like and subscribe. Press the. Is this how YouTubers do it? Press the button.
Yeah, you gotta say smash that.
Smash that like
button. Smash that like and subscribe button.
Exactly. Tell your friends. I have a question because Jeevin and I work on the
props from blank.
Yeah, blank. Applause from Portland Razor Company.
Nice.
Right on. I love my Portland Razor. I know it doesn't look like it, but sometimes I do a lot of real estate. How would anybody that's here regularly feel about merch? I want to make some merch for you guys that are regulars watching the old Knife Nerd 101 show.
I want a hat. I want hats.
Me too.
I kind of collect hats.
Dude,
But this is my new one.
It's
my Lauren.
Oh, that is sick. That is
the
sick.
new one my new one that just came in yesterday, actually. Yeah, I want to do Knifewear hats. We did hats like a long time ago. Like with the old logo. There's one kicking around.
We need some new ones. Owen has a great hat. I have a version of it. The ironclad hats.
Oh yeah, those are sweet. Those are Shibatas, right?
Yeah.
Those are from Shibata, yeah.
Yeah. Yes. My hair. Yeah, my hair is great. But I think that all right. Send us ideas. You can send them to Kris@knifewear.com, and I'll work with our marketing guys to get some stuff made up. Okay, with hats and glasses in the outline.
I want hats and hoodies. That's kind of like what I'm pushing for. Hats and hood.
I actually just ordered a new T-shirt for myself from the website. I didn't know if you knew you could do this, but some of the older logos you can get the hands off my effing knives shirt there, and so I want to add some things. If folks have ideas, send them our way. Oh, a face mask with the Oni design on it, that would be cool.
That would be pretty cool. Yeah, I think we just haven't done face masks because a lot of people in the company were making masks.
Mm-hmm.
Like we had Ayumi making ones with Japanese patterns and stuff in the Vancouver shop.
Yeah, we had Mary here doing. She had some really cool ones that she did that had Cree lettering on them. They were awesome.
Sweet, nice. But yeah, we'll get some merch, and we got a lot more videos coming down the pipe soon too. I got a bunch to edit today. I've been editing one today, so our YouTube page is going to be a lot more lively this year.
Awesome. Cool. Well, thanks for hanging out with me, Jeevin. Thank everybody else for hanging out with us. That was. Maybe they'll let us do it again.
I think I would do this again.
Okay, perfect. Then we'll just. I think that
just do
part of our job is taking over the schedule, so we'll just schedule ourselves.
We'll just schedule ourselves. Yeah, I'm fine with that.
When Kevin and Lordy's numbers drop, we'll just bounce in.
Yeah, because they're gonna skyrocket after today. I can feel it.
Exactly. People will be expecting us. All righty. Exactly. Well, let's call it, and we will. Thanks, Grant. We will. We'll talk to you all again another time.
Peace, homies. Stay safe.